Hey everyone, this video is about a project that I'm doing about a cloud storage service. So it'll be something like Dropbox or Google Drive where users can sign up and be able to store their personal data on the cloud, which is online and usually on multiple servers. So what I'll be using for this is, so it's a web page basically. So I'll be using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to make the web page, along with Bootstrap, which is a framework that lets you make great-looking responsive websites, and jQuery, which is a really useful JavaScript library, AJAX, which is asynchronous JavaScript and XML, which is a bunch of technologies that lets you asynchronously communicate with a server, and JSON. JSON is JavaScript object notation, which is a standard for transferring data over the web in the form of JavaScript objects. And on the server side, I'll be using Node.js. Node.js is an environment that lets you run JavaScript away from your browser. Express.js is a framework for Node.js, which is used to make web applications. MySQL is database software, which lets you, so I'll be using that to store information about my users. So let me start this up. That file contains the code for the server, and it's running on localhost port 8888, so I need to just visit that address. Okay, so this project isn't complete yet. I've just actually made two functions, sign up and sign in. When I click on sign up, I'm prompted to enter an email address and a password. Alright, when I hit sign up, on the server side, I get a message saying that a sign up request has been made by the client with these details. This is the email address, and this huge thing is the password, which is actually encrypted. It's not plain text, and it's encrypted using a hashing technique called MD5. And then this information is stored into the database. Alright, so this is what I just entered, test5 with this password. This storage field is the one that tells me which folder a person's data is stored in. So everyone is going to have their own personalized personal folder where their data is saved. Yeah, and now when I click on sign in, and then the password, I think I forgot it. Right, okay. It says okay, and on the server side, it says a sign in request has been made with these details. This is the email that's been entered, and this is the password. And the sign in was successful. How do I know that? I know that because I matched it against the database in my server code. So let's take a look at that. This is the server code, which is written in JavaScript. So here I'm just setting up my connection to the database. And here, this is where I handle sign up requests from the client. So what's happening here is, first I check whether the email address that someone has entered exists or not, and if it doesn't exist, then I go ahead and make the account for them. So I store their email address and password and give them a folder where they can save their stuff, and I respond to the client by saying thanks for registering. And this part handles sign in requests. So whenever someone signs in, control gets transferred here. And what I'm doing is I'm checking whether that email address is valid, whether it exists in my database, and if it does, I check whether the password that's been entered matches with what's stored in the database, and if it does, then the sign-in was successful as we saw earlier, and I send a response OK back to the client, which we saw. And yeah, that's about it for now. Thank you.